Breaking news in those attacks on the Benghazi compound that killed our ambassador to Libya and 3 others. Jennifer Griffin is at the Pentagon with that. Jennifer.
Hi, Neil. Well, Fox News has obtained a copy of essentially what 5 different House committees have prepared in terms of background on the Benghazi attacks. This is a Republican memo that talks about progress report on Benghazi. The conclusions of this report that we've literally just obtained is that reductions of security levels prior to the attacks in Benghazi on September 11th, 2012 were approved at the highest levels of the State Department, up to and including Secretary Clinton. In the days following the attacks, White House and senior State Department officials altered accurate talking points drafted by the intelligence community in order to protect the State Department from criticism for inadequate security levels. Again, this is from the report, the progress report on Benghazi released just now by the GOP. When the talking points were challenged, the administration claimed that the talking points were changed to protect classified information and an ongoing FBI investigation. This is a 46-page report. We'll have more details coming up, but again, we've just received what is a substantive report on the unanswered questions having to do with those attacks on the consulate in Benghazi, Neil.
Jennifer, I know you're just, sort of grasping this yourself here, but it involves the work of 5 House committees. Would it be, even though the House is in Republican hands, would each of these committees offer a bipartisan investigation, or is this just a Republican review of what happened there?
Right now, this is a progress report that has been prepared by the GOP. But in the beginning, you'll remember when the Oversight Committee was looking into this, this was a bipartisan group that was looking at the Benghazi situation. These reports, though, were prepared by the Republicans who were on those committees.
All right, Jennifer, I'm sorry. Thank you very, very much. One of those days, Jennifer. All right, Eric Zuckerberg is joining us on this. Keep in mind, that date in question, September 11, 2012, was also the day, so-called suspect number 2, Mr. Zarev, who was in a Boston hospital right now, became a United States citizen. Now, there's no more connection than that, but all of these things just get odder and odder. But anyway, Eric, what do you make of these developments? First of all, what's going on in Boston? We're talking about raising money to protect and help out the victims of that attack. But now we're hearing authorities who are saying it was limited to those 2 brothers behind that attack. What do you make of that?
Well, Neil, very interesting lead in here, right? Because we have Benghazi, where there are still so many unanswered questions. And it's kind of similar to Boston, Neil, in that the Obama administration just apparently wants it to go away. Look, Benghazi, they want it to go away. Let's just nail it down. It's over. Nothing to move along, folks. Nothing to see here. Now, with Boston, no broader plot. Neil, how do we know? It's been 8 days. We haven't even questioned the wife of the older brother, Sarnev, his family members. Look, the younger brother who's in custody, he's got the throat wound. He can't speak. He's writing things down for investigators. There are so many unanswered questions. And the key thing here, Neil, the older brother was in Russia, Dagestan, Chechnya, these al-Qaeda hotbeds for 6 months, and we still don't know who he was meeting with there. Was he meeting with hardened Islamic terrorists? We don't know. So I don't see how you could say there's no broader plot. I pray that there wasn't. But look, we just don't know yet. And for the administration to say this is pretty much open and shut, it was just these 2 guys, let's move along, to me it fits a pattern that we saw in Benghazi, and unfortunately it continues today.
We already do know that the FBI had been alerted to Tamerlan, the older brother, and what he was up to and his trips. They interviewed him, they scrubbed him, as is the expression, gone through everything, his associations, everything about the guy. And they gave him a clean bill of health. They couldn't detain him, didn't do anything. We do know enough about that. Now, we also know that there might have been other requests for information on the younger brother. It's way too early to tell. But there was enough outside interest expressed abroad to at least look in one of these suspects here that it does stretch credulity to wonder that it was left at just these guys.
And by the way, Neil, let's not forget, there were additional arrests in connection with this case over the weekend in the Boston area, there were 5 additional arrests connected to this Boston bombing and possibly to these bombers. So come on. But I think, look, the overseas trip is the key, and it's interesting. Janet Napolitano, the Department of Homeland Security chief, said, Neil says, there was a ping when the older brother went to Russia. Okay, was there a ping when he returned? Apparently not, because apparently after he was there for 6 months, no one in our intelligence agencies met with this guy to see what he was up to. And look, Neil, I don't want to bash the FBI. They have done a great job since 9/11, broken up so many plots here on U.S. soil, taken in a lot of Islamic terrorists, wannabe Islamic terrorists. But this is tough. This should not have happened, Neil, this Boston bombing. What were they asking him 2 years ago when the FBI interviewed this older brother in 2011? How was he cleared? How was the Fort Hood shooter not followed up on? How was Anwar al-Awlaki not followed up on back in 2002? There's a pattern here of major, major mistakes that are leading to people getting killed.
All right. Eric, thank you very much.